Hey everyone, it's Karen with Yes Please PaperCrafts, and in this video I'm going to be doing a scrapbook layout for the Scrap Bar Stash blogspot.com sketch challenge for the month of September. In this sketch challenge you need to create a layout inspired by the sketch, and you must also use a wood grain pattern paper and an animal embellishment. And so I thought this would be the perfect opportunity for me to scrapbook a picture of my dog because I could use a dog on my layout. And I love wood grain papers, and so I think this one's going to be really fun. Now I went back and looked through some of my old pictures, and I came across these pictures of my little dog Bella. And she was dressed up in a little dress that says Diva for life, because if y'all have seen video clips of my dogs, Bella is definitely a little diva. And so she was wearing this pink and purple dress with a little collar that had a purple bow. And I just think this picture is just super adorable. And I needed 2 pictures for this layout, so I think this is going to work out really well. Now, once I picked out the pictures, I thought about what collections I had. And I remember picking up this collection from, I think it's from Simple Stories, and it's called The Little Princess. I got this from Tuesday Morning, and it was a collection kit. It was $6.99. Isn't that an amazing price? It came with a chipboard, some ephemera, and also the paper and a 12x12 sticker sheet. And I thought that was just amazing for $6.99. And I think this would be really cute. This collection has a lot of pink and purples in it. It also has a lot of things about princesses. And when I think of Diva, I think princess. And so that's where I'm going to go with this layout. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pick out my wood grain pattern paper first, and then get started with this layout. And let me go ahead and take this out. I want to go ahead and look at the papers in here real quick, just to kind of see what wood grain might work with this, because this is going to be a little bit of a challenge to bring a wood grain in with this paper collection, but I'm going to give it a try. Okay. So I think it's really fun to mix wood grains with papers that you wouldn't expect them to go with. And so that's, I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So we have the sticker sheet here, and just right away, this floral is gorgeous. And you can see that would go really well with the wood grain. So I think this is going to be awesome. So we have some cut aparts. There's these little frogs. Those are cute. More cut aparts. Wouldn't that be fun to cut out one of these princesses? That would be cute. Okay, then we have this pattern, and then more cut aparts. This paper is adorable. Oh, the stripe is gorgeous. Oh, and some little cut aparts. These are little squares. And then another, does it repeat? No, that's a different paper. Okay, it's 2 different florals here. All right, this one has a navy background. That's really pretty. I actually think, though, that the one with the lighter green background would work better, just because it would be contrasted with the wood grain, where this one would kind of blend more into it. Okay, we have a polka dot, some clouds. Oh, that's pretty too. Another floral with a navy background. Okay, then we have this one with the words. That's really pretty. I like that. That reminds me of the sky. It has all these little kind of like sparkly looking diamonds. It's a really cute paper. And then another floral. Oh, that's pretty too. Okay, we have this turquoise kind of green paper, and then another. They've got a lot of florals in this collection. Here's a pink paper, and then there's one with the little swans. There's this one with the border strips. Oh, that's pretty. Wow, I like that a lot. That's going to make a really good background. But I think I want to use a white background for this layout. And then this one with the, this is like sequins. Isn't that cool? It's like little bitty sequins and then hearts. That's super cool. And then on the back of that one is these princesses. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and pull out a couple of these papers. I definitely think that I like the paper. Which one was it? Was it this one? I think it was this one. I don't know if I would want to use that one with the wood grain. I'm thinking I want to use maybe this one or the smaller flowers. Let's see what else we have. There's a I really like this one too. That's really cute. I think there was more than one paper in the sketch. Let me go back and look at the sketch. I'm not remembering now. Where'd it go? I lost it. Here it is. Okay, so we have, we'll need paper to make these frames. They almost look like Polaroids. And then there is the wood grain paper, and then there's a little paper peeking out from the side there. Oh, and then there's a circle. Okay. So we could pick out a pattern paper, maybe 1, 2, 3 different papers in addition to the wood grain. And then I want to do a white background. I might mat this, this layout. It depends, I think, once I kind of pull it together, if I want to put a mat on there or not. Let me pick out the papers first. So I think I definitely want to use this paper, possibly as the circle or the floral. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out these 4 pieces, and then I'm going to flip through some of my wood grains to see which wood grain would work with these papers. Okay, so that's kind of my process of how I go about kind of selecting papers for a layout, especially when you have a requirement where you have to use a particular type of paper. Want to make sure that whatever paper that I pick here is going to work with this layout. I don't want anything too busy. I want something a little bit, this would be really pretty, but I think the color is a little bit too dark. But that would have worked if it would have been a little bit of a lighter color. I think this is too busy. This is too orange. That's definitely not going to work. That does not go. Oh, we have a pink wood grain. Wouldn't that be awesome? How cool is that? Okay, that's one choice. We could possibly do that one. I have 2 pieces here. It looks like this might have come from a paper pad. And then this one's slightly lighter. I actually think I like this one better. Okay, and then we have this one here. I don't think that would work. I don't think this really goes with the look and feel of my layout. It's really rough. It looks like a log cabin or like you're outdoors. This one's got a little bit too much texture to it. Same thing with this one. We might be going with that pink wood grain. I never thought when I started this that I would end up with a pink wood grain, but that would work out really well. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, this would probably work really well. I don't know, it's got a lot of yellow orange to that grain, to that wood grain. I'm going to just kind of keep going and see what else I can find here. Okay, this is a collection from Simple Stories. This is also Simple Stories. And I think that one's going to be too dark. Definitely too dark. Oh, this white wood grain is really pretty. Look at that. I love that. Okay, so that's a possibility. You know, when I thought about this layout and doing this, I really thought I was going to go with the brown wood grain. But as I'm going through these papers, what I'm finding is that the ones I really truly like are the ones that are non-traditional in other colors. Now this is really pretty. I would have loved if this paper would have been just this side. If this side was all the same, because I think this would have worked really well. I love the tone of it, the color. It's not a lot of texture, and that's really pretty. And I don't need the whole sheet, so I could cut part of it off. All right, we're gonna go, that's gonna go in the maybe. Okay, this one, although it's pink, it has too much, you know, variation. It just looks too busy to me. Okay, that one's too dark. That one's too dark. I must have really liked this paper because I got a whole bunch of it. I think this might have been some of the paper that I purchased from Scrapbooking for Less. If y'all have not heard of that online store, it's called scrapbookingforless.com, and I'll put a link in the description below. But I buy a lot of my paper from there. You can get 2 sheets of paper for $1.20, and it's really an awesome deal. They also have stickers that are 12 by 12 sticker sheets for $1. And I really love going to that online store to buy papers. Okay, that's really pretty. I really do like that one as well. But I think it's a little bit, not really what I'm going for. So I think I'll skip that one too. Okay, this one's really pretty. But, okay, here's another one. It's kind of dark. Okay, now these are, I think, are cut apart here. I think I took out more than I needed from my paper. I think, yeah, these are other papers that I shouldn't have pulled out of my stash. I have to put those back. Okay, so that's all the wood grain paper that I have. So I picked out 3 different pieces of wood grain paper. Now I'm going to go ahead and narrow that down. And if I'm going to be using a white background, I'm kind of leaning toward this pink paper, or the this one here, just because the paper that's the wood grain, which is behind the pictures, is going to be mostly on the background. And I think this white wood grain would blend too much into the background unless I use another paper as my background. Okay. I could do something like this where I use this paper as the background, and then this wood grain, and then the floral here. That'd be kind of cute. And then maybe this as the circle, or the other one as a circle. Let's see. And then to mat the pictures. Okay. I'm just not loving this white. I don't know. I just think that it's just really not coordinating as well as I would like with the papers. Let's go ahead and try this pink paper. I like this one so much better. I think this is going to go really well. And I think I'm going to use these papers here. I don't think I'm going to use that one either. So it's going to be between this wood grain. I'm really loving this pink wood grain. I think we're just going to go with the pink wood grain. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking and start scrapping, because you know I can't talk and scrap at the same time. And I will speed this up and do a voiceover to talk you through my process. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so y'all might be surprised at what I end up doing here, because things really didn't go according to plan. As I started to kind of work with the papers, I ended up changing out the wood grain for another one, and we'll get to that in just a minute. But for now, I'm just going through and looking at the different papers and trying to figure out which paper I want to use for which part of the layout. So I did think about using this pink and white polka dot paper. It did match my photos really well, and that was one of the things that kind of led me in a different direction with this layout. I didn't think that this polka dot paper really went with the wood grain, and in the end I didn't use either one of those, but I got out my cutting system. This is from Creative Memories, to cut out a circle, but before I do that, I am going to look at some of the other papers. I'm trying to figure out which paper is going to be used for which part of the layout, and I decided to use that yellow paper there with the little sequins as my frames for my picture. And I'm going to use the We Are Memory Keepers layering guides, and first I'm going to map my pictures with some white cardstock. I just decided to do that just to kind of make the pictures pop a little bit more from that yellow pattern paper. And I'm just going to go around, and I'm using the 1/8 inch layering guide. Now if you want more information on how to use these layering guides, I have a video that I created where I share some tips, and I will leave a link to that video in the description below. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do here is to create the photo frames for my pictures, and I wanted to create something that looks like a Polaroid. So I'm going to use the 1/4 inch layering guide on 3 sides of my photo, and then I'm going to use the 3/4 inch guide on the bottom. That's going to make it look more like a Polaroid frame, and I thought that came out really cute. So here I'm trying to figure out which paper to use behind the wood grain, and then which paper I want to use for the circle. And I decided to go with the larger floral pattern paper for my circle. I'm using the Creative Memories cutting system, and using the template to try to figure out what size circle I want to make. And I decided to go with a 5-inch circle. So I'm just going to go around the outside of the circle with this red blade, and that's going to create my 5-inch circle. So I really loved using this custom cutting system from Creative Memories, and they have other templates besides the circles. They also have the rectangles with the rounded corners, the ovals, they have gemstone shapes, and also a jumbo circle and a jumbo hexagon. And so they're super easy to use and really a lot of fun. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece of this pink wood grain. And at this point, I was kind of second guessing myself and thinking, well, do I really want to use this paper? Because it really was a kind of distressed looking paper, and the pink was not as bright as the other pinks that were in the other papers. And I just decided, well, I'm going to cut off a small piece and just kind of play with it and see if maybe having a smaller piece of that paper would make me like it better. I also cut out a square of that smaller floral paper. I'm also going to cut off a 1/2 inch on each side of this white cardstock, and I'm going to mat my background. So I'm looking for some paper here to use as a mat. And I decided that I would go ahead and use this paper. I thought that was really pretty, and I think it's going to look really good as a mat for this layout. So at this point, I wasn't too sure about my paper choices, and I'm just going to move on to working on the title. And I'm going to try out these pink glitter thickers. And I didn't really have enough letters to spell out my title, which was going to be Diva Dog. And the other thickers that I had there were actually a different color. They're purple. And so I really wanted to use the pink ones, and I was super disappointed. I did actually use a P for the letter D, but I had no more D's and no more P's left. And so I'm not going to be able to spell out my title. Now, as I was doing that, I thought, well, I usually buy 2 sets of thickers, and maybe I have another one. So I went back and looked, and sure enough, I had another set of thickers in that color, and I was able to use them for this layout, and so I was super happy. Okay, so it was at this point that I thought this pink wood grain paper is not going to work, especially with my glitter thickers. It just didn't go together. So I decided to use this wood grain paper that's from the Carta Bella Welcome Home collection. And I just thought it was a good contrast between the floral prints that I had there and that yellow paper. And I really liked the way that that looked. Now I'm just looking at the size of this paper, and I'm going to cut it the same size. I believe it's a 6x9 rectangle. And so I'm just going to take my paper trimmer and cut this wood grain down. And I like that so much better. So it's funny because when I started this layout and I was picking out my papers, I was so sure that I was going to use that pink wood grain. And in the end, it just didn't work out. I think it was just because it was too distressed looking, and the color was just a little bit off from all the other colors that were in this collection. Okay, so now that I have decided on using that wood grain, I'm just going to go ahead and cut this paper down, and I'm going to gut the inside of it. And one of the things I love about this Creative Memories paper trimmer is that it's super easy to gut your paper because there are measurements on the side of the blade, and you can see exactly where you're going to cut. And you can see how easy that was to just gut the inside. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this background together, and I left this part in here because I thought it was super funny that I glued these pieces of papers together because I just laid that white cardstock right on top of that uh, paper that I had there, and I had adhesive, and I also left the thickers on there, and yeah, I made a huge mess. But we all do that, don't we? So it did take me a while to get those papers apart without ripping anything, but I just thought I'd leave that in there because I thought y'all would find it a little funny. Okay, so here's a happy accident. I went to add adhesive to the circle, and I decided that I liked the other side of the paper so much better. It wasn't as busy, and I loved the color, and it was that paper that had all the diamonds. It looked like the sky. Okay, so I'm finally ready to start embellishing this layout, and I'm going through all of the different ephemera pieces, and they had so many cute things in here. I had such a hard time deciding what to use, but I did find a little cloud that I put there at the top that says "Life is but a dream." Also the little balloons. I added some floral pieces, and also found a little frog. And just so many cute things in here. I'm also going to add some butterflies and then a little bow. Although I am going to go and change that bow to a different color later. And I'm also going to pull off some of the pieces of chipboard. And I think about using the little princesses, but I decided they didn't really fit on this layout. And so I ended up not using those. I also tried out the little magic wand, but I couldn't find a place for that one either. So I did play around a lot with these ephemera pieces and just trying different ones out. I found another little banner there that I ended up using, as well as a heart. And so I had a lot of things to work from. Now there was also some little ephemera pieces that look like sparkles. And I thought about using those, but it was such a big contrast between the wood grain and that I decided not to use that in the end. It just kind of stood out too much. So I'm just going to go ahead and start gluing some of this stuff down. I did decide to pop up some things on foam tape, so I'm going to pop up the balloons with some foam tape. I also added some foam tape to the heart as well as the flowers there at the top of the layout. I wanted to get some separation between the clouds and that floral, and so I did pop that up as well. So I'm looking for a place to put this little frog. I ended up putting it right there on top of the picture, and that's going to create something really funny later. And so I'm really happy it didn't fit there at the top of the layout. Okay, so I'm just going to move these butterflies around because that's what I usually do when I put butterflies on my layout. They fly all over until they find a spot to land. And I really like the butterflies flying around on that side of the layout because it kind of brings color to that white area. Okay, so I decided since this was a princess layout with glitter thickers that I needed to add some sequins. And so I'm picking out some sequins in a teal color, a pink, and a purple. And I'm just going to scatter those around my layout. But before I do that, I just decided I wanted more yellow at the top of my layout. And I'm going to change out that little pink bow and make a yellow bow. I'm using a die that my friend Joanne gave me. And I'll put a link in the description below to where you can find this die. I've had a couple of people ask me about it. It makes the most adorable little bow. And I just love it. I can see me using this on tons of layouts. And I just think it's a super fun die to have. Super easy to put together. And I'm just going to use some of this Barely Art glue and just kind of assemble this bow. I really like the pop of yellow that it added to the top of the layout. And I thought that was really cute. Now I'm going to add a gem because of course I needed to add more sparkles to this layout. And so I got out my gems that were kind of a gold color and added a little gem there into the center of that bow. And the other thing that I found in the sticker sheet was this little princess hat, and I put that there on top of the layout as well. And I just love that little hat with the, I don't know what you call that, the tulle or the that stuff coming out of the top of the hat. Super cute. It's very princessy. And now I'm just going to go ahead and scatter the sequins around the layout. And I just wanted to kind of get them where I wanted them to go before I start gluing them down, just to make sure that I like the placement of them. And I spent quite a bit of time doing that. And then later picked up my layout and messed up quite a few of them. But so super funny. I had a lot of mishaps with this layout. Things that I did, I guess, not thinking about what I was doing, and but I still had a lot of fun creating it. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue down my title, and then I'm also going to glue down all the sequins. And in one of the sequin mixes, they did have some little jewels, and I'm going to use a couple of those in the centers of the flowers, just to add a little bit more sparkle. I'm also going to move the hat up a little bit so I can put the dot for my eye there. And I realized later that I actually picked out the wrong dot from the wrong set of thickers. It's actually the purple dot. So I'm going to have to go back and fix that later. But those thickers are pink and purple, but they are very close in color. And it's kind of hard to tell them apart unless you're really looking at them closely. Okay, so I'm going to use this jewel picker to help me get my sequins onto my layout. And I wanted to mention that any of the products or tools that you see me using in my videos, I usually do try to put links in the description of each video. But if you don't find the link there, you can always leave me a comment and I will try to get back to you with the answer, usually within a day. Okay, so after I finished putting all of the sequins onto my layout, I just thought that I needed to add something at the bottom there to just kind of fill in that cluster. And so I'm going to go and look at some of my sticker sets that I have that have dogs. And I did find a little dog and it was the perfect color and it was just the perfect style to add to this layout. So I'm going to add it there right by the flowers. And then I also thought, well, maybe I should add a little bit more glitter. And I added this little silver glitter bone there at the bottom underneath that photo. And then I wanted to add some more. And so I'm going to go back and look at the sticker sheet and pull out some of the word stickers. I love adding these little word stickers. And I found this little word sticker that says "Kiss Me." I just thought that was super funny. I also found this one here that says, I can't read that, but I'm sure it says something cute. uh, and then I thought about putting it there where the frog was, and I think I ended up putting it on top of the other picture. And I just liked it there the best, and so I'm going to go ahead and just put it there on top of the picture. Okay, so I'm also going to add a third word sticker. I found another word sticker on the sticker sheet that said "So Happy" and it was yellow. And so I'm going to add that one there to the bottom right on that heart. And it's so funny because I'll put things down in a certain spot and then I move it around and around and around and it ends up right back where I started. I don't know how many times I watch my videos back while I'm editing and I see myself doing that. I just think that's so funny. I should just, I guess, trust my instincts and just go with my, the first place that I put things down. But I don't know. I just like moving things around, I guess. All right, so I went ahead and I was looking at my layout and I realized that that frog wasn't glued down. And when I was looking at it, I thought, wouldn't that be funny if I shifted that frog over so that my dog looked like she was looking up at the frog and then underneath her picture it says "Kiss Me." So I thought that was the most adorable little happy accident. And here's some close-ups. Okay, so that's about it for this layout. I hope I've given y'all inspiration for this month's sketch challenge at Scrap Art Stash. And if you would like even more inspiration for this sketch challenge, be sure to go out to the Scrap Art Stash website and check out the other layouts from the other design team members. Okay, so I have some close-ups here at the end, as well as a short video clip of my two dogs, Bella and Lilybell, at the very end if you want to stick around for that. And that's all I have. So I hope y'all enjoyed this scrapbook process video. And if you did, please give this video a like. And if you would like to see more videos, please subscribe. I would love to have you join my channel. So y'all take care, have an awesome day, and I will see you next time. Bye now. Hi Bella, are you checking out your layout? Mama did pictures of you. Do you like it? Do you like your layout? I thought it turned out really cute. The title is called Diva Dog, 'cause you're a diva. Yeah, so you're a diva girl. Do you like your layout? I thought it turned out really cute. 'Cause you're a diva dog. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're not? I think you are. Hi, Lilybell. You're my little princess. You're the princess? You are? I think y'all are both princesses. Yeah. Are you going to say hi to the YouTube people? No? Why you know? Oh, okay. You said hi, and how is everybody doing? Yeah, you said hi. What else you got to say? What else you got to say for yourself? You got more to say? You do? Okay. What you got to say? Do you like your layout? I did scrapbook a picture of you, so you should be happy. Are you? You're happy? You like it? Awesome. It's one of my favorite layouts I've ever done of you. Because in the layout, I know, you're looking. Yeah? You like that part too? Yeah? Yeah? You do want to kiss a frog, and you want to turn him into a prince? You don't want to kiss a frog? No? Well, I have you looking up at the frog, and underneath it says, kiss me. So you don't want to kiss the frog? No? You don't like to kiss frogs? Okay. Not even if you get a prince in return? Okay, girls, I gotta get some pictures taken. Can y'all say goodbye to the YouTube people? And tell them so long? And have a great, awesome week? Can you tell them all that, Miss Bella? Can you say, have an awesome week? Bella, can you say goodbye? No? Lilybell, can you say goodbye? Look at your hair. It's so funny. What did you just do? Hair is sticking straight up on her head. Can you say goodbye? Say woof woof. Nope. You haven't been talking too much lately, Miss Lilybell. How about you? Can you say goodbye? No? Okay, so long. See you later. No? Okay, well, I'll say goodbye for you then. Okay, so Bella says bye. You didn't! She says bye and hope y'all have an awesome week, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.